And who do they see when they find you? About 6 years ago, I was talking to a group of IT executives about how they look for work. They talked about networking and talking to their peers and the people that they know and letting them know that they were looking for work. And they also talked about going online and searching for jobs. I knew, being in IT staffing for a number of years, that they needed to be good at being found. And one of the things I wanted to do was teach them about that. But because of the group of people I was talking to, I knew I couldn't just tell them that. I had to bring data. So I did a bunch of research on that subject, and I came up with this art of being found backed by a bunch of research. The old saying goes, "In God we trust, all others must bring data." A little bit about me and the perspective I'm coming from. I started in staffing in 1997. I worked for a startup. I was employee number 2 of a startup staffing company out of Salt Lake City. In 1999, I moved to Denver, Colorado, opened a branch office for that company and ran it for 8 years. We ended up with 100 consultants, 11 in-house employees, $1 million a month in revenue. One thing led to another. I was just sick of working my butt off for someone else's dream. I couldn't just start my own staffing company, so I needed to find something in the interim. Serendipitously, we had brought a product for our company that we used to recruit and staff and sell our services. And I was talking to one of the founders of that company, and they said, "Why don't you come work for us? You know the product, you know the industry, you could really help us grow our market." And what that did for me is it allowed me to look under the hood of all these other staffing companies and how recruiters find and search for candidates. So that was really helpful for me. In 2012, I opened my own staffing company in Denver, Colorado called Connect. And towards the end of 2017, I ran it for 5 years. I sold it to a company out of Orange County, California called Core One. I currently run the Denver branch for Core One. That is my perspective. I like to say they say, right? They is a group of people that no one's ever met that knows everything. They tell you how to raise your kids, they tell you how to drive, they tell you how to do all these things. Please take this perspective of they, I'm they. Right? I have this perspective of all these different ways that people look for candidates, and this is how we do it.